Welcome to three insights in about 3 minutes. The effects of this pandemic are far from being over, says our guest today, Michael Klozotsky. He's the Chief Marketing Officer at IMO, where they standardize medical vocabularies to support meaningful insights across the healthcare system. Michael, why do you think the effects are far from over? Cases are dropping.
Cases are dropping, and that's great. And I work in healthcare, so I have a different lens slightly, but I think my perspective is pretty much agnostic of industry. The way I think about this is imagine yourself standing on a beach, right? And when you look at the waves, we might think of COVID, even with variants, as waves coming to shore, but they look like they're coming in one direction. What we've learned as a business, and for me as a marketer, is that once you swim out past those breakers, you got waves coming in all directions, right? And so you've got supply chain waves, you've got human exhaustion waves, you've got masking waves and vaccination waves. And I think it's important for us to keep in mind, as we're still in the midst of this, that everything you do in business is still in so many ways impacted by this global pandemic. And so I think the wave metaphor is apropos, which is you might get over one wave, but there are other waves that are happening, and that requires different kinds of thinking, certainly for me and my team as a marketer.
I get that the concept of the waves crashing together creates so many variables, but with that in mind, how have you gone about planning for marketing campaigns and strategies?
What I will tell you is my superpower, my team will tell you is my kryptonite, but I've never been really one who plans or overly plans. That said, people need plans and companies need plans in order to find direction. But what's really important, and what the pandemic in for certain has emphasized for me, is the need to plan fast and move quickly. I think that as you plan, if you plan with decisiveness, and forget throwing out the annual plan as far as I'm concerned, but even the half year or the quarterly plans, you have to be doing micro planning all the time. You have to be doing things in much shorter increments. And so my message there, again, underscored by the pandemic, is that decisiveness is key. And so make your plan, scratch it out on a napkin and go. And if it doesn't work, make adjustments. If it works, keep riding that wave.
It would seem like today's marketing technology would support the effort to adjust in a changing marketplace, right?
You would think so. And of course, in many ways, technology allows us to do things that we've never been able to do before. But what technology largely does is it helps you move with speed. We often think about technology as scale or being directional. I'm not sure technology really helps us in that direction. And so my best bet here is always betting on people. And so I think you, of course, need technology and marketing. But when you invest in people, what that allows you to do, again, let's think about those waves, is as one wave comes, you might need to swim in a slightly different direction. And the only thing that helps you do that is people. People who can help with your value propositions, people who can help with what's really going on in that big ocean of marketing. And from that perspective, yes, make your technology investments, but please, please, please don't ignore the investments in your people, because that's what's really going to help you swim through to the other side.
Those are great insights, Michael, for both marketing leaders and business leaders. That's it for this episode of 3. I'm Drew Dinkelacker, president of marketingaccelerator.com. On your team, not your payroll.